Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, when did this all happen? Not just the wrinkles or the gray hair, but the feeling that you're slowing down more than you should. That certain things, walking, remembering, sleeping, feel harder than they did just a few years ago. You're not alone. And no, it's not just old age. The truth is, many seniors over 70 are aging faster than they should, and they don't even realize it. Their bodies are sending silent signals, subtle signs that something deeper is going on, signs that can predict how well you'll live in the next decade. And if you catch these signs early, you can slow things down, even reverse them. In today's video, we'll uncover 7 hidden signs that your body may be aging too fast, and what you can do about each one. These are backed by science, explained through real stories, and shared with love, from one soul to another. So stay with me, and if you're watching right now, drop a comment and let me know. Where are you watching from today? And don't forget to like and subscribe if you believe that growing older doesn't mean growing weaker, it means growing wiser. Welcome to Elderly Reflections, where life lessons never grow old. Let's begin. Sign number 1, you wake up feeling exhausted, even after a full night's sleep. You go to bed at 9 or 10, wake up at 6 or 7, and you still feel like you've barely rested. Sound familiar? For seniors over 70, sleep isn't just about hours, it's about quality. When you consistently wake up tired, it may mean your body is no longer entering the deep, restorative stages of sleep. In fact, researchers from the National Institute on Aging found that poor sleep quality in older adults is linked to faster brain aging, higher inflammation, and weakened immune function. Take Margaret, a 74-year-old from rural England. She thought her fatigue was just part of getting older, until she was diagnosed with undiagnosed sleep apnea. Her breathing would pause at night, pulling her out of deep sleep without her even realizing it. After getting help, her energy returned, and her memory improved. If you're always tired, even when you sleep enough, don't ignore it. This could be your body's way of saying, I'm not healing at night like I used to. What to do? Keep your room cool and dark. Avoid screens an hour before bed. And most importantly, talk to your doctor about sleep testing if fatigue is affecting your life. Because how you sleep is how you age. Sign number 2, small wounds take too long to heal. Have you noticed a little scratch from gardening or shaving that takes forever to go away? That tiny cut that used to heal in days now lingers for weeks? This might seem minor, but it's one of the clearest signs your body's natural repair systems are slowing down. After 70, your skin gets thinner, and your immune response becomes less efficient. But when healing slows down dramatically, it's often a red flag that circulation is poor, nutrients aren't being delivered, or inflammation is lingering longer than it should. There's a powerful study from the University of Colorado that showed older adults with slow wound healing also had significantly higher levels of oxidative stress, the same stress that accelerates aging in your cells, tissues, even your organs. I remember George, a senior from Florida who cut his hand while fixing a kitchen drawer. 2 weeks later, it was still raw and red. He went in for a checkup, only to find out that his blood sugar had crept up over the years, and he had early-stage diabetes. His slow healing wasn't just skin deep, it was a sign of deeper inflammation. Here's what you can do. Eat foods rich in vitamin C, like oranges and bell peppers, to support skin repair. Walk daily to improve circulation. And check your blood sugar levels, even if you think you're fine. Because a tiny wound can reveal a much bigger truth about whether your body is still healing or quietly breaking down. Let's pause here. These are just the first 2 signs, but already you can see that aging doesn't have to mean decline. When you listen to your body, you gain the power to change your future. Now take a deep breath and ask yourself, do I wake up tired more than I should? Have I noticed small cuts healing more slowly than before? If so, it's time to take action, not with fear, but with wisdom. With Elderly Reflections, you're not just watching time go by. You're learning how to live better with every year. Orange heart if this spoke to you, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. And let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? We'd love to hear your story. Sign number 3, you're losing interest in things you used to love. This one is tricky. It can creep in slowly. Maybe you used to love gardening or reading the paper every morning. Maybe you had a favorite chair by the window where you'd sip coffee and watch the sunrise. But now, you don't feel like it anymore. The joy has faded. This isn't just about boredom or getting older. A gradual loss of interest is often a signal that your dopamine levels, the brain's motivation chemical, are declining. And that could be due to more than just mood. In older adults, this change can be an early sign of brain aging, depression, or even cognitive decline. There was a woman named Linda, 79, from Minnesota. She was always upbeat, a retired schoolteacher who baked every Sunday. But over time, her daughter noticed she stopped baking, stopped calling friends, even stopped decorating for holidays. Turns out, Linda wasn't just tired, she was entering the early stages of vascular dementia. The earlier it's caught, the more you can do. So ask yourself, have I lost the spark for life's little joys? If so, it's time to act. Take short walks in nature, sunlight helps reset mood chemistry. Connect with someone you trust. And don't hesitate to talk to your doctor, it's not weakness, it's wisdom. Because when you stop caring, your body starts slowing down with you. Sign number 4, your legs feel weaker than they should. Your legs are your freedom. They take you to the mailbox, to your neighbor's house. They carry your independence. So when they start to feel weak, not just tired, but noticeably weaker, that's a sign worth listening to. According to senior health studies in the U.S. In Germany, lower body strength is one of the clearest indicators of how well you'll age. Weak legs often predict future mobility loss, falls, and even shorter lifespan. You might think, I'm just out of shape. But the truth is, after 70, muscle mass naturally declines every year, a process called sarcopenia. And if you're not actively rebuilding strength, you're losing it faster than you realize. Think of Peter, an 82-year-old from the Netherlands. He was sharp as a tack but had stopped walking regularly after a knee injury. Within 6 months, he struggled just to get up from a chair. What changed wasn't his mind, but his muscles. The fix? Start small. Try standing from a chair without using your hands, once a day. Use light ankle weights while watching TV. Do seated leg raises while reading your favorite quote from elderly wisdom journals. Small movements, every day, build a foundation that keeps you standing tall. Because once your legs go, your world gets smaller. But when you move them, your life opens up again. Sign number 5, you forget things more often, and you know it. Now, we all misplace keys. We all forget someone's name once in a while. But if you're noticing that you're forgetting more than usual, and it's bothering you, this could be a red flag. Especially if it's forgetting conversations right after they happen, repeating stories without realizing, getting confused in familiar places. Studies from Harvard and the Mayo Clinic show that these signs, when noticed by you, not just others, can be early markers of mild cognitive impairment. And here's the hard truth. Many seniors brush it off out of fear. They don't want to hear the word dementia. But ignoring it doesn't make it go away. Facing it, that's power. That's strength. And the good news? You can fight back. Your brain is like a muscle. It thrives on new experiences, healthy fats, deep sleep, and emotional connection. Challenge your brain with puzzles, new hobbies, or even learning a new recipe. Eat foods rich in omega-3s, like walnuts and salmon. And stay socially engaged. A 15-minute phone call can be more powerful for your memory than you think. Remember, it's not about never forgetting, it's about staying aware, staying engaged, and never giving up on your brilliance. Because your story isn't done yet, and your memories deserve to keep shining. Take a breath with me. These signs, losing interest in joy, weak legs, memory slips, they don't mean the end is near. They mean it's time to wake up. To tune in. To take action. You're still here. you're still learning. That means there is still so much life waiting for you. Orange heart if you're finding this helpful. Please like this video and hit that subscribe button. And tell me, where are you watching from today? We read every comment, and your voice matters in this community of elderly reflections. If you're still watching this, I want to pause and say something from the heart. Thank you. It means you're not just letting time pass, you're choosing to stay aware, to stay curious, to honor your life by understanding your body better. And that, right there, is one of the strongest acts of self-respect you can make after 70. Because aging isn't a curse. It's a conversation. And your body is whispering every single day. Let's finish this together, with the final 2 hidden signs that your body may be aging faster than it should. Sign number 6, your skin is telling you something, and you might be ignoring it. We often think of our skin as something cosmetic, a surface issue. But the truth is, your skin is a living organ that reflects your overall health. When you notice it bruising more easily, tearing with the smallest bump, or becoming dry no matter how much lotion you use, that's not just thin skin. That's your body quietly showing you it's losing structural resilience, on the outside and inside. I once spoke to a lovely woman named Jean, 76, who lived alone in Maine. She loved gardening, even in the cooler months. One morning, she caught her forearm on a rose bush. A tiny scratch. But instead of healing in days, it turned into a large purple bruise that stayed for almost 2 weeks. She brushed it off at first, but when it kept happening, she began to wonder. Is this just age? Or something else? Her doctor later explained that she had developed vitamin C deficiency from eating mostly toast, tea, and canned soup for months. She wasn't in poverty, just didn't realize how much her nutrition had shifted. Thin, fragile skin is often linked to low protein intake, especially in seniors who've lost appetite, chronic dehydration, low levels of collagen, zinc, and vitamin D, and decreased blood flow, especially in cold climates. But the most dangerous thing? We accept it. We think, well, I'm old. Of course I bruise easier. But normal aging doesn't have to mean fragile aging. So here's what you can do starting today. Make sure your meals include protein every single time you eat, even if it's a boiled egg, some beans, or a piece of fish. Apply natural oils like coconut or olive oil after bathing to lock in moisture. Drink water throughout the day, don't wait until you're thirsty. And take a gentle walk outdoors to stimulate circulation. Even 10 minutes helps. Your skin is your barrier, your boundary. And when you care for it, you're telling your body, I still need you strong. I'm not done yet. Sign number 7, you've started to pull away, and maybe you're afraid to admit it. This is perhaps the hardest sign to talk about. Not because it's rare, but because it's painfully common, and yet quietly endured. After 70, it's easy to become isolated. Friends move. Loved ones pass. Families get busy. And before you know it, your days start to blur into one another. You start saying no to invitations, not because you don't want to go, but because it feels easier to stay in. You tell yourself you enjoy the peace. But deep down, there's a quiet ache for connection. For someone to ask how you're really doing. This isn't just emotional. It's biological. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that social isolation increases the risk of premature death by as much as 29%. That's higher than obesity, higher than physical inactivity. Loneliness literally shrinks the brain, weakens the immune system, and accelerates memory loss. Let me tell you about Tom, an 80-year-old widower from Manchester. After his wife passed, he stopped going to church. Stopped visiting his friends at the pub. What's the point? He would say. His daughter noticed he stopped shaving, stopped dressing well. He was still functioning, but he was fading. Then, one day, she signed him up for a local men's choir. At first, he resisted. But after a few sessions, he came home humming. His voice came back. His light came back. Connection doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to be real. If you've pulled back from people, I ask you gently, is it comfort or protection? Because when we disconnect too long, we start to disappear, not just from others, but from ourselves. Start small. Call one friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Join a book club, even online. Say yes to one invitation this week, even if you feel tired. And most importantly, don't believe the lie that you're too old to make new connections. Some of the deepest friendships happen after 70, when masks drop and wisdom leads. Because the soul doesn't age. And neither does your need to belong. Final thoughts. This isn't the end. It's a wake-up call. Now that you've heard all 7 signs, pause with me for just a moment. Waking up tired. Healing slower. Losing interest in what once brought you joy. Feeling weaker in your legs. Noticing memories slip just enough to worry. Seeing your skin thin, your confidence fade. Pulling away from the world that once felt close. Each of these might seem small on its own, but together, they whisper, you're aging faster than you need to. And here's the good news. You can slow it down. You can even reverse some of it. Because your body wants to thrive. Your soul wants to stay alive. And your wisdom needs to be shared. This is what Elderly Reflections is all about. Not just surviving after 70, but living with depth, clarity, and choice. Orange heart if this message spoke to you, please hit like to support more content like this. Orange heart if you believe aging can be a beautiful, powerful chapter, please subscribe to our channel. And in the comments, share with us, where are you watching from? You're not just a viewer. You're part of a global circle of seniors reclaiming their strength, their voice, and their vibrancy. Here's to growing not older, but bolder. Not fading, but rising. Not giving up, but giving more than ever before. Thank you for being here. And remember, this isn't just a video, it's a reminder that you still matter. More than ever. Let me know if you'd like a YouTube video description based on this script, thumbnail text suggestions, or a voiceover ready version to record or edit. Ready when you are.